Today we are going to talk about what happened to Uber's founders Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp. Garrett Camp resigned from Uber's board of directors in 2020, but said he would work with Uber's CEO to create new ideas for the company, claiming he plans to help Uber innovate at scale. While Garrett Camp was still at Uber, he found time to launch a venture fund called expa, where he invested $100 million of his own money. Many startups from expa have been acquired by various companies. Garrett also launched a crypto startup called Echo, which has since pivoted into the fintech space. Echo offers a way for people to send and receive money and has high yields for its users. Not much is known about Garrett Camp after he left Uber. Most of the media's attention was focused on Uber's brash co-founder and at the time CEO, Travis Kalanick. Travis stepped down from Uber in 2017. His fall from grace followed a series of scandals and controversies, ranging from Uber's toxic work culture to the company's issues with gender discrimination. Uber's main image problem actually came from its founder, Travis Kalanick himself. Travis Kalanick was known as the guy who made sure Uber ignored all labor regulations and licenses for every country Uber expanded to, all in the name of growing Uber. What's worse was, Travis just couldn't keep himself out of controversy. One day it was Travis Kalanick visiting an escort bar in South Korea. Another day, it was a leaked memo that exposed the company's frat house culture. For employees who hated Uber's toxic workplace and wanted to leave, they had problems finding a new job. The stain Uber left on its employees' records was so serious, if an ex-Uber employee wanted to get hired outside of Uber, they had to defend themselves in front of recruiters. Uber employees were considered douchebags by default. They embodied the values Uber instilled in them under Kalanick's hustle culture mentality in the workplace, which included prejudice against women, sexual harassment, outright bullying, and verbal abuse. Anyone who complained to human resources about horrible employees would be ignored. Excuses would be made if the employee in question was a top performer. Working at Uber was like working in an ultra-competitive war zone. Every Uber manager was fighting with their peers or scheming to sabotage their immediate supervisor so they could get ahead by booting their fellow employees out of the company. Almost everyone used Uber's toxic values to excuse their bad behavior at the company. Public relations had a horrible time managing Uber, and in turn, Travis Kalanick's PR. Uber founders were shielded from taking accountability for a long time. In the end, Travis Kalanick would do something that even his PR team wasn't capable of protecting him from. Bloomberg would release an article along with video evidence of Travis Kalanick yelling at an Uber driver. Basically, the Uber driver was complaining to Uber's founder about how Uber's low fares bankrupted him. Travis didn't handle the confrontation very well. After the heated exchange made its rounds across YouTube and Twitter, there was a clear consensus that Travis Kalanick was a douchebag. Travis Kalanick was forced to step down in 2017 from his role as Uber CEO. Then in 2019, Travis left Uber's board of directors, fully leaving the company he founded behind. According to CNBC, Travis Kalanick sold most of his Uber shares after the IPO, receiving $2.8 billion for the sale. Within a year of his departure in 2018, Travis Kalanick sent out a tweet telling everyone how he started a venture fund called 10100 with the goal of investing into new startups. TechCrunch alleges the 10100 name originated from the magic number of startups, where the numbers between 10 and 100 employees was the magic growth stage for startup companies. The ex-Uber founder spent $150 million to invest in a startup called Cloud Kitchens. Cloud Kitchens was in the ghost kitchens business. Ghost kitchens are basically one kitchen serving up food for multiple different digital storefronts. On the DoorDash or Uber Eats app, all the user sees is an online store for a steakhouse, a burger place, or a restaurant that specializes in wings. The gimmick here is restaurant owners can pretend to be 3 or more restaurants while selling the same menu items. Cloud Kitchen's goal is to provide other ghost kitchen owners a place to cook their food. They're like kitchens you can rent for a fee. Cloud Kitchens will provide the facilities, equipment, marketing, inventory, permits, etc. and you, the restaurant owner, can start cooking and selling to online customers right away. The value proposition here is restaurant operators get to rent out a space, perhaps for 1 year or more, that costs less than a typical 5 to 10 year lease in a traditional restaurant location. Travis Kalanick would become the CEO of Cloud Kitchens, expanding their operations worldwide. Microsoft, along with other firms like King Street, invested a total of $850 million in the ex-Uber founder startup, giving it a $15 billion valuation. Unfortunately, not everything is perfect. Travis's new startup success comes at a cost. Ex-Cloud Kitchen restaurant owners complained to the Business Insider, claiming the startup pressured them to sign up for contracts. What they got in exchange was not what was promised. Kitchens were often dirty and dysfunctional, with unreliable tech, safety problems, and predatory contracts. Cloud kitchen software that helps restaurateurs send orders to food delivery apps like DoorDash would go down for hours during dinner time when traffic was high. Customers who wanted to order food from ghost kitchens couldn't. Cloud kitchens never refunded their cloud kitchen operators for their downtime. Any complaints or feedback to cloud kitchens management were ignored. According to the Business Insider sources, 70% of cloud kitchen operators quit in less than a year. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe so I can continue making more videos like this one.